Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tusnot channel. Thanks so much for being here with me once again. I'm joined today by Max Freyne on the bottom of the screen here, and on the left, John Taylor. Uh, Hello, guys. How are you? Welcome. John is the vice president of the Scottish Wrestling Bond, which in my language is a league. The Scottish Wrestling Bond is the overarching body, governing body, regulatory body over about 6 or 7 wrestling clubs in Scotland that meet at the Highland Games and in other places for competitions. So John's the vice president of that league. Max Freyne is the leader of the club called HIPE Scotland. He's also an instructor, the school called HIPE that he runs. So welcome, gentlemen. We're talking about Scottish Backhold Wrestling today, which is going to be in Massachusetts in the United States in June. So let's get into it here.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah, nice to meet you, Ray.
Great. Yeah, so June 13th, we're going to be holding the North American Championships for Backhold and some exhibition of it as well.
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
ever North American Championships as well.
Right. So, John, why don't you start us off a little bit? You're looking forward to bringing that here and extending your reach from Scotland and from Europe.
yeah, definitely. It was my wrestling coach's dream to take backhold to the States. I know there was some backhold at some of the games, and my coach always used to say that they don't do it correctly. We need to go over and show them how to do it. So I'm doing it for them.
There you go. Right, right. I'm sure that we need an ambassador to come over here and show this. You know, anyone can talk about it, try to replicate it. But the spirit and the passion behind it is what really drives this. Do you agree with that, Max?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's a big part of our culture, or we'd like it to be an even bigger part. And we know that the Americans take their culture very seriously and their Scottish heritage, as I can see. Yeah, so we're looking forward to sharing this part of it with you guys.
Yes, we do. So yeah, it's certainly a translation, but I think we'll be fine, and we'll both be better for it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yes, all the wrestling clubs around here. I'm trying to get hold of some of well, it's the high school wrestling teams for the No Fame Games on June 13th, hoping they can come and watch and perhaps participate in this. Um, Most of your students, Max, are adults or younger youth, or how does that work mostly?
So I love teaching kids and teenagers, and I love teaching all age groups. But right now, my club is comprised of only over 18s,
Hmm.
and it's a lot of university students. So like, majority of our membership is 18 to 32 kind of age.
Okay.
But we do have some outliers. We've got a 66-year-old man who's on the mat pinning 21-year-olds every week.
Uh-huh. Indeed. And then the regulations are going to be here in the U.S. the same as you hold hold in Scotland. Is that right, John?
yeah, it's going to be the same. Uh, the first three categories for males and females are going to be knockout stages. Then for the open category, the heavyweights, it's going to be a pool system, which we do here in Scotland. Uh, it's working that way just for time, just to catch the times because we've got a certain space we can use
Hmm.
at the home games. And it's just to make sure we're on at that time and finished at that time. So in Scotland, usually it's just a pool system throughout all weight categories.
Yeah.
Yeah. And usually it's just grass. At the home games, we're going to be wrestling on mats.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. So barefoot is it is one of the regulations on this.
Yep, always.
Okay. Barefoot. You start off with that hold, the thumbs out, right?
Yeah,
An S grip,
yep.
you might call it.
Either way,
Yep.
no
Fingers to
interlocking
fingers.
fingers,
Yeah.
no this grabbing,
Yep.
just like that. S grip.
One above the shoulder, one below the armpit around the back. What comes into this as far as someone's a lefty, a southpaw or not, or does that if someone's certain style does not match another one's arm movement, or do you have to really be very flexible when that happens? You walk up to a person you don't know yet which way you're going to go with that.
It's
I've
always
never,
right under leftover.
Oh, it is. Okay. I wasn't sure if someone had a certain, well, let's say, affinity to one way or another, then you would change it. No.
So they do that actually in the islands Sardinia, just above Sicily. They have a style of backhold wrestling called Sistrumpa, and they change to the other side, and sometimes they'll let you alternate between each round of the match.
Okay.
But for us, it's always right under leftover. And I would say like it gives some benefit to left-handed people as well as to right-handed people. So there's pros and cons for either side.
Okay. I am a lefty. That's why I thought of that question.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see you on the mat.
Right. No, that won't happen. But thank you, Max. I'll be photographing it.
yeah, we'll
It's
see.
okay. John's going to change that, I guess. Man, so you've just started your Highland Games season in Scotland now, or how's it running?
Our games start in May, our first games.
Okay.
Uh, it runs through May, June, July.
All right.
So lots of exciting stuff coming up at some of the games here.
Right.
And we
So we're
have
looking forward to it.
10 competitions across May, June, July, August as well.
Okay.
Um, there's a lot more Highland Games than that, of course, but we participate in 10 of them.
All right. Are you gentlemen coming over solo, or are you bringing anyone with you?
I'm coming over with my dad and my brother,
Uh-huh.
who
Great.
have a long history with the bond. When I started when I was 10 years old, I came home that day, took a grip with my dad and threw him over my hip onto the ground. And that was him hooked into the sport too. Then soon after that, my brother, my sister, but six of my cousins, my mum even competed at some of the games. So it's been a family sport for us.
Wow. Incredible. What about you, Max? You bring some of your club members over with you or anything?
Actually, yeah, I will have one of my club members has some friends in Boston, so he's already signed up. He's taking part.
Oh,
And,
great.
and I quite because my club is based in Edinburgh University. We have quite a diverse membership pool. So like one of my guys lives in Boston, so I've been working on him, trying to convince him to. Or he's from Boston. I'm hoping he'll come along and take part.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. We're just the No Fame Games takes place about 20 miles outside of Boston. I live about 2 towns away from that field. So yeah, and Joshua McIntosh and Jen Yarrow, the organizers of the No Fame Games, they live right close as well here. So we're all looking forward to this. There's a huge array of events all coming together for June 13th at Pheno Field. And one of them is the stick fighting, and the Irish collar and elbow wrestling will complement this as well. What's that other one I read about a little bit? It starts with a G. It's a what Celtic wrestling or Scottish wrestling. It's a little bit different. Uh,
He'll be there on at the No
you
Fame Games.
mentioned it, John, in your email. That's
Glima,
right. Yes.
Uh,
Glima is a Icelandic style of wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah, you win your championships, you become the Glima King, which is basically their title.
Ah, neat.
And
Yep.
it's a very old-fashioned metal belt looks lovely.
And I see
But
that I see a lot of styles have a lot of things in common, but they also have their little quirks and little
yeah,
parts that make them just little gems, don't they? I
no,
know you said
definitely.
I know you told me, Max, you traveled to Iceland and other places with your teams in order to get their eyes in there, get their arms around some other types of wrestling, right?
Yeah, we love to. Yeah, yeah. So we were in Brittany in France earlier this year.
Uh,
Last year we went to Iceland and I taught some backhold wrestling to some MMA fighters and jiu-jitsu players. We also went to Austria, and me and John both took part in the Breton, the European Championships in Brittany last year as well.
hmm,
So yeah, we all love to travel around the different Celtic nations. Oh, I also went to Sardinia last year to take part in their style of Sustrumpa.
hmm.
So we do get around, yeah.
Yeah, and them to you, do some of them come to Scotland and
Yeah, less frequently. I think the rain probably puts them off, but yeah. So it's a lot easier for us to go to Spain and Italy than it is for them to come to us, maybe. But yeah,
I see.
they do come. They do come.
So there'll be 3 or 4 sessions during the day, I think, or something like that. We'll run, I would imagine. Um, so when you meet at the Highland Games, it's you pretty much all your team gets to play that game. You know, in some sports, some people don't play a certain day or this or that. Or there, how many people on your in your clubs would you say, or do they sort of rotate through and all get a chance to compete during one of these Highland Game competitions?
Also, if I bring a group of 10 wrestlers, I tell them to just sign up to as many categories as they can. So they
Yep.
often wrestle each other. They all get a chance to wrestle, though. I don't have I'm not strict about you needing to have a certain level of ability before you participate. I like the fact that backroad wrestling has a really low barrier for entry. You know, we'll regularly pull people out of the crowd and just show them the rules and get them going. You know, I think it's a really intuitive style of wrestling. So, whilst yeah, you can train and become excellent at it, you can get the hang of it in a few minutes.
Right. And and it's a fixed hold style of wrestling. So that, I had to learn this a little bit because I'm not an athlete whatsoever. But when I was talking about the Irish wrestlers, um, we're used to here perhaps boxing as well, I guess. People they kind of I use the word dance. That's probably not quite right, but they move around each other in a circle commonly. Sometimes in other styles, right? They're around and you don't know when they're going to move in and grab or where they're going to grab or when. But with this fixed hold, that's all taken out of the picture, right? And it's all cleaned away, and you're starting. It cleans it up a little bit more, I think, and probably gets more competitions held during the day because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a quick sport.
Yes.
Like boxing, you've got so many minute rounds, and
Right.
backhold, it could last a couple of seconds
Hmm.
to a minute, depending. Usually the heavier weights take a wee bit longer,
Yep.
where the lighter weights, nice and fast, fancy, with
I,
the kilts flicking through the sky. It's a good sight.
I see that, John. I've watched you whap a couple people to the turf pretty damn quick. It's over very quickly in some cases. It's not. Wow.
Uh, I'm not as fit as I used to be.
I mean, they better be ready because this thing, you can hit them like a truck. I read in your bio that you're known for your fast moves, and they're, like you say, it's over in the blink of an eye, really,
Yeah,
sometimes. Right.
yeah. But when I was younger, I was sharp, fast, great grip strength. I was
Mhm.
always flashy. Always wanted to make it look good rather than just try to win.
Yep.
Uh, then I had to retire through a knee injury, an ACL reconstruction, and I could never get it back to the way it was. But when I eventually came back to get one last go, uh, I noticed I wasn't as agile as I was
Mm.
before.
Yep.
Effective, but not as agile.
Right. I see. And of course, we need to mention males and females in this, of course.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah, Max, could you probably perhaps talk a little bit about how they match up? Because women can enter certain matches, men cannot others. It does mix together, but only in certain directions or something. Could you kind of iron that out for me a little bit?
Yeah, so there's like protected female weight classes and categories, which I think is obviously it's important to have like a space that's solely for females. But
Okay.
we offer the opportunity for any woman who wants to wrestle with the men, they can take part, and typically the ones that do are very fearsome and do very well.
Right. Right. Men cannot enter the females realm, but the other direction does happen. That's important, right? I see.
Correct.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah, we want to make sure that that's emphasized here too, because everyone's also you don't have to be Scottish for this, you guys, right?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
You were in the club when you were younger, John, I'm sure, before you entered this Scottish wrestling bond.
I started off with judo. Uh,
Okay. Oh, I
started
see.
off with judo when I
Yep.
was about 9. I actually turned up to a judo class, my first judo class with a taekwondo outfit on.
Hmm.
Mum and dad didn't have a lot of money,
Yeah.
so that was it. And I noticed within a year that some of the people I was beating had different coloured belts, and I still had a white belt. And I asked my dad why, and it was too expensive to get graded up. Uh, and my first introduction to backhold was in the same sports centre. I'd done the judo in Yoker, Glasgow.
Yeah.
It was the European Championships were getting held, and I seen it. The following Tuesday, I went to my first class, wiped the floor with everybody because of the judo. Uh, then the following Saturday after that, I went to my first tournament, and I walked away with 2 gold medals and a silver for 3 different weight categories.
Wow.
And it was like already I was at judo for a full year and got nothing. I've
Right.
been at back cold for 10 minutes and I've
Yeah.
got 3 medals to show for it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much how it started
Right.
for me anyway. But
Right.
that was a Yoker Wrestling Club. I think that was started by my former coach Robert Clark, who is a multiple time world champion, European champion, Scottish and British champion.
Hmm.
He's probably the best technical wrestler of the 21st century. So he was that good.
Right. That's where you've come from. Now, Max, you told me a little bit about traveling in Europe on the rails and sleeping in gyms when, uh, be, just to get your foot in the door, get your arms around this thing, get your face in there, right?
Yeah, yeah. So there, yeah, like I do a lot of different martial arts as well. Well, backhold's my calling, that's my main thing. But
Okay.
yeah, so I spent just over a month just traveling around Europe, and I would contact gyms in advance, and so I would have somewhere to train. And more often than not, they had a spare corner of mat that I could sleep on. So yeah, kind of lived a transient lifestyle for a month and managed to train as much as I could, which was amazing.
Right, right. Fantastic. John, I'd like you to give you the opportunity a little bit to talk about Mr. Baxter, uh, your mentor. Would you like to say a little bit about him?
Yeah, yeah. Where did I start with Willie? Every Highland Games you seen him at, he'd be wearing his trademark Culloden tartan.
Right.
I used to ask him why he wore the Culloden tartan,
Yep.
and he used to say it was because Bonnie Prince Charlie's servants at the Battle of Culloden wore the Culloden tartan. And I found out years later that he just wanted to be the most recognisable person at the Highland Games, or the most photographed person at the Highland Games. But uh, yeah, he was a character, so very warm-hearted,
Right.
a champion, uh, the old ways. Always
Mm.
fought for more traditional sports. I think he was the only person. I think he was. What would you call it? I find it quite hard speaking about him sometimes because he left such a mark on me.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay.
but he's Olympic coach in 1972 Munich Games for the
Wow.
team GB.
Yep.
They didn't do too well, but again, it was still a massive achievement
Of
for him.
course.
And he was a storyteller. the only reason I passed my history exam at high school was because of the stories he told me about McGregor, about Wallace, about the Bruce.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was a good character. Very, very missed.
Yeah, when I saw him in some of the photographs, I knew he must have been an important figure here, and I'm glad you had a minute there for him to
Yeah,
because I can tell that you're carrying his framework is in you, and you're bringing that into the future, and Max is a big part of this as well. He's still here with all you. That's wonderful, and he'll be coming over
thank you.
here. He'll be coming over here with you, his spirit. I can tell that as well.
His wife kindly donated me Mr. Baxter's kilt, his Culloden tartan kilt. So I'm going to bring that over with me. 'Cause I told him
Hmm.
if he didn't make America, I'll take him there.
Oh,
So I'm going
well,
to bring his tartan.
good. I recognize that as the Culloden tartan. Actually, when I saw that, believe it or not, I was a little bit familiar with that. It's a golden and purplish lavender type of beautiful
Yeah,
tartan.
the brightest tartan on the field.
Right. Yep, absolutely. Now, when you say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I hear those names sometimes as a it's a base for some of these other things. Sometimes, as far as the styles go, they're all interrelated. You talked about you've traveled to Brazil a little bit, Max, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. I lived there for a few months and had a shot at becoming a mixed martial artist and an MMA fighter, and yeah, it was a pretty life-changing experience. And we did a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu whilst there, and I still do it quite a lot.
Okay. Yeah, we've quite a population of Brazilians just around these towns here where the No Fame Games is going to be held. So there are some of those clubs, some of those schools, you might call it here. So that'll be also, I'm going to be contacting some of them and see if they'll be interested in taking a look at Scottish Backhold Wrestling.
That would be
That'd
great.
be
Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah.
yeah.
And that's,
It's fantastic for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as
is
well.
it?
Yeah, it applies very well because typically Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu players, they really they use a lot of the same techniques as they do in judo. But of course, in judo, you wear the gi, the kimono, the outfit. So when it comes to no-gi, it's sometimes a little challenging for people to translate judo in the gi to when you're not wearing the gi, which is
Really?
another type of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Whereas backhold wrestling helps bridge that gap really well. Because you can't grab anyone's collar when there's no collar, so you have to grab their neck or things like that. Whereas
I see.
backhold wrestling teaches you the same fundamental throws, but from a fixed position, so it gives your brain less to process in the moment, so you don't have to worry about where to put your hands. They're just there.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. So we talk a little bit about the history of this. It's what's the sixth century or the seventh century it goes back to in Scotland.
But the 8th century,
Uh-huh.
Highlanders have been practicing backholds since the 8th century, about 1,200 years old.
Wow.
Uh, Obviously, then it moved into say the ninth. It was most popular in the 19th century.
Hmm.
The likes of Donald Dinny, he's probably the most recognisable athlete from Scotland to compete in
Okay.
the backhold,
The
including the
Denny's
heavy events.
the Denny Stones. Excuse me. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Donald Dinny, yeah, Dinny Stones, yeah,
That's him.
yeah, that's him.
Okay. Sure. I know
So
the I know the name then and the face actually. Yes.
nice moustache. Uh, then in 1992, the Scottish Wrestling Bond, the governing body, was established. Then the modern era began. It
Hmm.
was very similar to the Irish collar elbow, where it nearly went extinct.
Ah,
It was down to a few that kept it going throughout the years. Yeah.
right.
The likes of Rob Roy McGregor, we have a trophy that's presented every year. I'm sure it's for the heavyweight category. It's
Hmm.
a Rob Roy McGregor trophy
Is that right?
uh, because he used to compete in the back too at the fairs or when he was trading cattle that he stole.
Right. Max, can you talk a little bit about maybe what a coach here might see that his students would improve through to see the Scottish Backhold Wrestling here in the United States. Like the high schools here, most of they do the Greco wrestling, I think, Greco-Roman style or slightly something like that.
So yeah, sure. So the most typical style in American high schools is collegiate or folk style. It's the same as in the collegiate system, or
Okay.
similar at least. It's much yeah more similar to the style you described there, Greco-Roman or freestyle that you see in the Olympics.
Okay.
So the main crossover you'll see if a coach here or there were to bring their athletes to the Highland Games and to do some backhoe wrestling,
Hmm.
your proprioception will improve very quickly. So that's your ability to move your body when you cannot see the body parts. Because typically in backhoe wrestling, you cannot see where you are, and that is common amongst many wrestling styles where you're in a blur of movement and you can't see where your body parts are, but you still need to move them effectively.
Interesting.
And it also teaches, like you kind of alluded to earlier, it's like you're in a fixed grip, you're in a fixed position. So the moment the bout starts, you both in a great position to throw immediately.
Hmm.
So it teaches the like a really good way to manage your intensity as well, to be able to instantaneously like attack powerfully. It's very helpful for balance, grip strength, core strength. If you have a equal sized man who's very strong trying to separate your hands here, and the whole bout man holds on you keeping that grip, then your grip strength will get pretty strong pretty quick.
Oh,
Um, there's countless benefits you could take from backward wrestling. Really, like I just had an interclub competition today where I had freestyle wrestlers that do the same style as are very similar as the American high schools, and they all performed backward wrestling moves today, and all of them won their matches. So I highly recommend it for any coach, any wrestling team.
well, I really got the point there. I think when you said it, what I would say was like, so it's really 0 to 60, right? You get that thing, and then nothing to from nothing to all out in a
Yeah.
second. I see John rip right around, and then they're down in about a millisecond. Wow. Would you like to comment on that a little bit, John?
Yeah, backhold's kind of like an easy sport to learn, but a difficult sport to master.
Hmm.
Like every class we ever went to as kids, you would do 1,000 of each move. He would make you do 1,000 hip throws. We would call buttocks, which is a hip throw, or 100 hypes, then 100 hanks, all these different throws,
Hmm.
uh, to make sure every single throw was perfect. Then, but Max was talking about how we can't see the body. At that point, it's about feeling, and you can kind of tell with the body movement where they're going to go next. So, yeah,
Yeah, at that point, if they move, you know it because you're closer, almost closest as close to them as they are themselves. Come on,
yep,
right?
slight
They,
move of the shoulder, a slight move of the foot, you kind of,
yep,
with experience, you kind of know what's happening next.
sure. They take a big breath to get it to in prep for a move. You know they've taken a big breath.
Exactly, exactly.
Absolutely, because your hands might expand a little bit at that breath. I can see that exactly.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Well, we've only a few minutes left here, guys. This has worked out fantastic. I hope you agree.
yeah, fantastic.
I can't
Yeah,
wait to meet
pleasure.
you on June 13th at Pheno Field in Massachusetts here. Um, I appreciate you coming on today. I think we covered pretty much everything. Is there anything else you'd like to say that we didn't cover, or what do you think? We have 4 minutes about.
I would like to thank the No Fame Games for the opportunity. Uh, what they're doing over there is absolutely fantastic, and I can't praise them enough. Absolutely fantastic. I met Josh at the Series Highland Games in Scotland,
Oh, good.
and he was a big gentleman, total
Yes.
gentleman, man. So keep it up, guys.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, Josh is a great guy. I've known him for probably about 10 years and his wife as well. Um, a lot of great folks here with some great passion and attracting people from all over the world with similar passions, such as yourself,
Yep,
guys. Right. I
brilliant.
think. What about you, Max? You looking forward to coming over?
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I actually took part in a Highland Games like about 9, 10 years ago in America. Um, I ran a very with one of my former coaches. We ran a very small backhold wrestling event, and it didn't quite take off. So I'm hoping that this time it's going to work out.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, good. Well, we hope to find you a better bunk than the corner of a gym mat this when you're here, Max.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure. I'm sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Max Freyne and John Taylor, Scottish Backhold Wrestling. You guys, thanks so much for coming on the Touchstone channel today. I've enjoyed this very much.
Me too. Thanks very much.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
See you in a few
And don't
months.
worry, we'll get my couch to sleep on.
Yes.
I wasn't complaining about the mats.
Okay. All right, guys. Safe travels and see you in a few months.
See you
See you
soon.
soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Touchstone, everyone. Thanks for being here. See you next time.